Hello, welcome to today's video. In this bag, I have all of the new makeup releases I know you've been curious about. I've got the new Westman Atelier foundation. I've got the new Patrick Ta contour stick, the Too Faced Peach powder, a new mascara from Merit, a blush from Armani. So if you'd like to see how I go from this to this using a bunch of new makeup releases, then please keep on watching. Before I get started, I would like to thank Sephora for sponsoring this video. I'm working with them today just to show you what's new and remind you of all the ways you can shop at Sephora. I actually went into the store for a change. I usually do buy online, pick up in store, or I have a same-day delivery subscription, but I really wanted to make sure that I got the correct shade in the Westman Atelier foundation. That is why I went into my local store. So I was able to get what I think will be a perfect color match. And of course, I got all my points because I am a Sephora Beauty Insider. It will come as a surprise to no one that I am a Rouge member. And if you are not signed up for the Sephora Beauty Insider program, you're going to want to do that. So you too can accumulate points. You too can take part in upcoming savings events, promotions, in-store makeovers, all of that good stuff. So I will have a link to sign up for the Sephora Beauty Insider program down below in the description box. Now, if you are a regular viewer of my videos, you know that in the past year or so, I have been starting my makeup tutorials and get ready with me's with my eyes. But I simply cannot wait to try this Westman Atelier foundation. Apparently they started working on this 3 years ago. It comes in 30 shades and retails for $69. This claims to be a weightless, medium coverage foundation with a natural, hydrated finish that also blurs pores, visibly brightens, and reduces the look of wrinkles. I'm going to try this for the first time without any foundation primer. By the way, my skin is oily and mature, which I know is not as common as dry and mature. So do keep that in mind as I am giving you my thoughts. I have prepped my skin with moisturizer. The packaging is gorgeous, of course. The glass bottle is absolutely beautiful. The cap is very weighty. I mean, this is a truly luxurious looking foundation bottle. I'm going to pump some on the back of my hand and hopefully I got a good color match. Shade match, I should say. So right off the bat, it's definitely more dewy than my usual foundation choice. So I think that you drier skins are going to be thrilled with this finish. It blends out very, very easily. I'm not used to this much glow on my skin when applying a foundation, but it's definitely blurring my pores. That's pretty impressive. And yes, the color match I think is really good. Oh wow, this is beautiful. Now, the question will be, how will this hold up on my skin type? So at the end of this video, I will either do a check-in, or at the very least, I will have a caption on the screen letting you know how everything held up by the end of the day. I'm gonna see if it's buildable. I'm gonna put a little bit more on the back of my hand, see if I can build it up right in this area. Looks really, really nice. And it doesn't feel sticky. It's dried down, but it doesn't dry down so quickly that you can't work with it. Okay, we are off to a good start. I don't have a brand new concealer to use, but I'm gonna use one that's sort of new. It's the Patrick Ta concealer. It is the Soft Blur Brightening Concealer. And I'm putting a little bit of that on the back of my hand as well. Picking up my Hourglass brush and packing that around my under eye. And then I'm also bringing it up onto my lid. This concealer, in my opinion, is sort of medium coverage. So you may want to use something like, if you need more coverage, you may want to try or my recommendations would be the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Concealer or the Natasha Denona Concealer. I also really like the Kulfi Concealer. Not a lot of people talk about that one, and it is exceptional. I even know my shade in that concealer because I've repurchased it a few times. It's Cocoa Crush. By the way, I will have every product name and shade listed and linked in the description box. Okay, up next, we've got the Patrick Ta Shape and Shade Anywhere Artistry Stick, and I purchased the shade Silhouette. I chose this shade because I felt it was the most cool toned, and I really like a cooler toned contour product. So I'm gonna start in the usual areas, right, not under my cheek, but like sort of right on the cheekbone. That's a tip I learned from watching the makeup artist Mary Phillips, who also has her own brand at Sephora. She suggests going like a little bit higher, not underneath the hollow of your cheekbone, but like right on it. And then this is really what I thought it would be great for. Contouring my nose. This shade is so good. I'm also going to contour my hooded lids a little bit. And now I'm taking a brush and obviously patting it in, blending it. Oh, this is nice because it's not too dark for me either. Sometimes, as many of you know, I do go a little bit darker with my foundation because I self-tan a lot, especially in the summertime. But I really wanted to get this foundation or that Westman Atelier foundation in my actual skin tone for a change. And yeah, oh my goodness, this is perfect for nose contour. And I always take my contour into my lids anyway, but now I'm doing things a little bit different. And as you saw, I actually put some contour on the lid to give me some definition. This is the perfect contour shade for me. So if you are watching this and your skin tone is similar to mine, I think I made some good picks for us. All right, the next product I have already tried and I love it. The packaging is a little bit bulky for travel, but this Too Faced Peach Perfect Powder, wait until you see what it does for my skin. It's going to set the foundation. It is going to blur everything. It does smell like peaches, so if you don't like that, you may want to take this off your wish list. I happen to love the way it smells. And mine, what did I buy? I bought the pink, I think. Oh, it's called Peachy Pink. And it has this really interesting rollerball delivery system. Roll the ball around, pick up the powder, and look at this. Look at that blurring. And I'm concentrating this through my T-zone. So this is what the skin is looking like. Now, if you have dry skin, you're probably mortified that I took away all that glow from the foundation. But I promise you, with skin like mine, the glow's coming back, and it's coming back soon. I do feel like I need a little bronzing. So I'm gonna use a little bit of the Laura Mercier Bronze Color Infusion. This is a very underrated bronzer. And I'm using a brush from Patrick Ta. All right, now that I am bronzed and perfected, I'm gonna do my brows really quickly off camera using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in Taupe, and then I'm going to set them with the Rare Beauty Tinted Brow Gel in Taupe. Okay, now it's time to do eyes. And I have a great new palette from Sephora collection to show you. It's called the All That Matters Eye Palette. It's $18. It comes in warm tones and cool tones. I went into the store thinking I was going to get the warm tone palette, but when I saw them side by side, I ultimately decided to go for the cool, for a change. My eyes have already been prepped with the concealer and the powder, as you saw. So now it's the fun time. I don't know what look I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start with the shade on the upper left. Does this have names? It has numbers. I'm going to use shade 3 to start. And I'm going to start on the outer corner. Oh, nice pigment. Very nice. There's not any fallout so far. And I think I did say this, but it wouldn't hurt to reiterate. This is from Sephora collection, and it's only $18. Okay, I like that. But if you know me, you know I gotta do my standard Risa hooded eye lifting outer corner. So I'm gonna use shade 6. And I'm just gonna pack that right on the outer corner of my eye. All right, so far, this palette gets an A+ for me. If I absolutely love it, I may go and purchase the warm as well. I'm gonna use a little bit of my Patrick Ta concealer, just a tiny, tiny amount. Actually gonna take use my ring finger and just pack a little bit more concealer onto the lid, just to make that lighter shade really stand out. Oh, hooded eye problems. It transfers. No, that's not smart. I just want a tiny, tiny amount. What are we doing next? We are taking shade 1, packing that on a flat brush, and patting that onto the lid. Yeah, see, I'm not so sure it would be this intense. And maybe you don't want that, but I kind of wanted a more intense lid, a brighter lid, so that is why I did the concealer. I laid down more concealer. All right, now that I placed that there, I do have to go back and add a little bit more of shade 6. And I actually want to take a little bit of shade 4 with my finger. It's like a light gray. And put that in between the light and the dark. Just for a little gradient. Now I'm going to see how this gray black works as eyeliner. No, actually, no. I'm going to use the dark brown as eyeliner. I'm going to dampen my brush, pick up the dark brown, and just start at the outer corner and following the lower lash line, doing just like a baby wing. That looks good, I think. I just want to say before I get into doing the other eye, which is always challenging for me because this one's more hooded, even though I was a freelance makeup artist for 20 years before doing YouTube full time, I too struggle with doing eyeliner and making them even on both eyes. So you are not alone if that's you as well. It's just so much more hooded on this side. And yes, sometimes I do have to do a gentle tug. Now I'm taking a pointed Q-tip and a little eye makeup remover and cleaning up the baby wing. And it really didn't mess up my concealer at all. I'm just sort of patting it out. You can go back in and put some concealer in that area if you'd like, but in my case, it wasn't really necessary. Maybe I'll just add a little powder right there. For mascara, I bought the mini of the new Merit Clean Volume Mascara. This is a tubing mascara, and it claims to give more volume than the original. I like the original, but I did always wish it gave more volume. And I bought the mini because the mini's just, oh, that's really mini. Maybe I should have bought the full size to show you guys because I'm not sure that, you know, usually with the minis, the applicator is the same size as the large. I don't know if this is the same size as the full size. Okay, well, we're going with it. This is what we have. I already curled my lashes and we are off to a good start. That is a lot of length and separation and volume. This is the perfect, what's the word I'm looking for? Consistency. You know, sometimes mascaras can be too wet or they can be too dry. This is honestly so good. It looks like I have like a fan of lashes, perfectly separated. All right. Well done, Merit. You know, it takes a lot to impress me when it comes to mascara because my lashes are puny and blonde. Yeah, this mascara is doing a fantastic job. It's giving me length, definition. And I love that it's a tubing mascara because I find them just so much easier to remove than non-tubing mascaras. Okay, I want to go back to the eyes and run a little bit of shade number 5 along my lower lash lines. And then I'm also taking shade 1 and applying that under the arch of my brow. And also like right under here, right under that wing. And also a little bit in the inner corner, right here. Now it's time for blush. I actually purchased 2 blushes. I purchased the Armani Dolce blush in the shade 5, which is mauve. I also got a Prada Touch cream to powder blush in the shade Dahlia. I kind of want to use the Armani. So I'm picking some up with the other end of my Makeup by Mario F4. And we're patting that on. That's pretty. You know what? Maybe I could do both. Maybe I could put this on and then a little bit of the Prada Dahlia. Oh, I like this a lot. This color is really nice. And yes, it seems to be doing some blurring. And you can use this on the lips too. It's just I have other lip products to try today. So this is blush look 1 with the Armani Dolce blush. Now let's try the Prada. I'm sure by now a lot of you have already seen the packaging. And it's got this interesting texture. It's like a spongy texture. So I think you can apply it with your fingers. I'm gonna use the brush though. And I do the old school smile and blend. With my face shape, I like the blush to be right on the apple of my cheek. And if you're new here, something you need to know about me, I like blush a lot. Okay, blush is beautiful. I have a couple options for the lip. I heard that Fenty Beauty came out with some new nude shades of their Gloss Bomb sticks. And I love these so much. So I bought Lust Bunny, but I also have the Kulfi Lassie Lips Staining Lip Liner. I got that in La La La. And then Lassie Lips Matte Blur. And I got that in the shade Noon Chai. Let's try them both. I'm gonna do this first, the Fenty, because the Kulfi says that it's a staining lip liner, so that might make it difficult for me to, you know, remove to try the other one. To line my lips, I'm gonna use this MPH by Mary Phillips lip liner. Do you see how the glow is already coming back to my face? If you have not tried the Mary Phillips lip liners, I recommend them highly. Okay, so this is the new shade, Lust Bunny. These are so creamy and so saturated with color. I love them. I almost don't want to change the lip because I like this so much. I'm going to take my hair down, fluff things up here. I like it. I like it a lot. And by the way, before I go into that last lip combo and change my clothes and give you my final thoughts, I do want to mention a couple of other products that I got in my Sephora haul. First is the Chris McMillan Clarifying Shampoo. You know I love anything Chris McMillan. And when I heard that he was coming out with a clarifying shampoo, I knew I wanted to try it because I do use a lot of serums and products to get my hair looking smooth. And I really like the feeling of getting all of that stuff out of my hair. I feel like when I use a clarifying shampoo, my hair just feels lighter, less weighed down, obviously. And Chris McMillan is just, let's just say he knows what he's doing when it comes to hair products. He's been in the hair industry for like 30 years. And this clarifying shampoo lathers so beautifully. It smells so good. It just makes my hair and scalp feel incredibly clean. I also got the new Rare Beauty fragrance called Rare Beginnings and the Fragrance Layering Balm in Sweet Marshmallow. And the combination is just fabulous. This is so lightweight, perfect for daytime. I think this is going to be like a daytime fragrance for me. It starts off very light and sweet and fruity, but then it dries down to notes of vanilla bean and cedar wood. And you might be thinking, how does that pair nicely with marshmallow? I didn't think it would either, but I tried it and it's actually beautiful. Of course, fragrance is very, very personal. Just because I love something doesn't mean that you will love it. I'm just giving you my first impressions of both, and I love the combo. Okay, it's time to try the Kulfi combo. One last look at the Mary Phillips liner and Fenty Gloss Bomb sticks. Let's try the Staining Lip Liner. This is a beautiful nude pink shade. It's very much My Lips But Better. Since it's a staining lip liner, I am going to fill in my lips just a little. I like that a lot. And then this again is Noon Chai Blurring Lip Stain. Perfect match. Oh, this feels so nice. This is actually good. I'm giving you a matte option and a shiny option. As I'm wearing it, I feel like it's deepening a little bit. The color is deepening. Is it just my imagination? I have to be honest and tell you I was not loving the matte lip on me. I liked the product and the formula felt nice. I just think that maybe I need a different color because that berry, I'm just not used to wearing such a deep berry shade. I know it wasn't a super deep berry. It was more medium rose. Regardless, I added some gloss. This is a Fenty lip gloss. I think the shade is Champ Stamp Fantasy. I also set my makeup with this Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Liquid Blurring Balm. And as of right now, I am happy with everything I put on my face today. The foundation, the blush, the eyeshadow palette, the Patrick Ta contour stick. I absolutely love the completed look. As I mentioned earlier, every product I used and the shade name will be listed and linked down below in the description box. If you are on your mobile phone, you will have to tap Show More in order to access the description box. Every product is going to be linked to Sephora. I'd like to thank them once again for partnering with me. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you are not already subscribed to my channel, I hope that you will consider doing so. I do upload new videos at least twice per week. I also post content on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. My username is the same on every single platform. It's Risa Does Makeup. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.